Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Chodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Harawan Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Aki and pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today, I'll be coming out with a small lesson. I won't be before you too long, but without further ado, let's get right into it. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So we're to be sober-minded. We're to be watchful. We're to be vigilant. We are to be diligent. We are to be constantly watching, because we are the watchmen that the Lord has set up on the walls of Jerusalem. Of course, we're not physically in our land, in our city of Jerusalem, but Jerusalem was a people before it was a place. So we must be sober. We must be vigilant. And we must be paying attention, and we must be watching, because our adversary, the devil, the deceiver, he goes around as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. And that's what Esau does. He goes around to see who he can devour, destroy, bring under his tutelage, and or i.e. his control. So we got to be vigilant. We got to be paying attention. We got to be sober. We got to be watchful, because Satan stay deceiving. He stay lying. He stay coming up with all kind of manner of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Just look at what's going on right now. The level of tomfoolery is so thick and so high, you can smell it and taste it. So we got to be sober. We must pay attention. We must warn the people, because this is what the Most High called us to do. Let's continue. Let's go down. Let's go to Matthew 24, verse 44. Go up now. Matthew 24, verse 42. It says, watch, therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. So we must also watch and pay attention to the signs of the times, because these signs of the times are indicators and indications that the Lord is soon to come back. So we must watch and we must pay attention, because we truly don't know what hour that the Lord is going to come. We don't know what day. We don't know what year, what month. We don't know. So that's why we must watch. How do we watch? By looking for the prophecies. Looking at the social media news, and the pundits that Esau has set up. We're supposed to do this. This is how we watch. We watch because we don't know what time our Lord doth come. And if you sitting around and you're not watching, the Lord is going to show up when you don't think he's going to show up. I'm going to jump down to verse 44. It says, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man coming. So we must be also ready for Yahweh Shai to show up. We must be waiting on him. You got to be ready, because if you're not ready and you think he's not coming, that's when the Lord is going to come. He's going to show up in the hour, or he's going to show up at a time when you're not ready and you're not prepared. So we must be sober. We must be vigilant. We must also watch our adversary, Satan, the devil, because he's walking around like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. So we must be watchful of him, and we also must be watchful of Yahweh Shai. We must watch the prophecies. We must stay focused, I should say. Watching. We're those watchmen upon the walls of Jerusalem. The Lord has set us up to be that. So we must watch, because we don't know the hour the Lord is going to come. We must also be ready for Yahweh Shai to come, because we don't know. For those who are not ready, the Lord is going to come at an hour where they think it is not going to happen, or the Lord is not going to come. I got one more, and then I'm going to close it. This is 2 Esdras chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we must measure the times, and how we measure in the times by watching, by looking for the prophecies, is how we measure the times that we are in. When we start to see parts of these signs pass, which we have been told by Yahweh Yahushua from the beginning, then we're going to understand that this is going to be the same time the Lord is going to start to visit the earth, this earth which he made. When we're seeing earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then we're going to understand that these things were spoken of by the Most High, even from the beginning. So we must measure the times diligently. We must also be sober and be vigilant, and we must also watch and to continue to watch and be ready for Yahushua to come. For those who are not watching, Yahushua is going to pop up on them. But those who are watching, we're going to see Yahushua coming. The Lord is telling us to watch and to be sober and to be ready. Shalom.